There are some names in Hollywood that shine so bright, we forget they're human. We see the fame, the fortune, the red carpets, the blockbuster movies, but behind all the lights there's often a quiet storm. For Tom Cruise, that storm began long before the fame. Born as Thomas Cruise Mapother IV, his childhood was anything but glamorous. He didn't grow up in a Beverly Hills mansion. In fact, he moved around constantly, more than 15 different homes before he was even out of his teens. His father, a man Tom would later call a bully and a coward, someone who beat him when he was small, someone who made him feel weak, powerless. Tom struggled in school too, not because he wasn't smart, but because he couldn't read like the other kids. He suffered from undiagnosed dyslexia, which made every classroom feel like a battlefield. Teachers thought he was lazy, students laughed at him, but what they didn't know, what nobody knew, was that this boy had something inside him, fire, not the loud kind, but the kind that grows slowly until one day, it becomes unstoppable. By his late teens, Tom was lost. He thought of becoming a priest at one point, yes, a priest. But somewhere deep down, he knew his calling was different. He loved movies, not just watching them, but feeling them. The way a single scene could make you cry, or give you hope. He wanted to be part of that magic. So, with almost no money, no connections, and barely a plan, Tom Cruise went to New York, just a young man with a dream. He waited tables, shared tiny apartments, and gave auditions that often went nowhere. But rejection didn't break him, it built him. Every no made him sharper, tougher, more focused. Then, in 1983, it happened. Risky Business. A role that was meant to be small, but Tom made it unforgettable. One dance in his underwear, and suddenly everyone knew his name. But what they didn't see was the years of pain behind that smile. They didn't see the boy who used to cry himself to sleep because he couldn't read a page out loud in class. What followed were hits: Top Gun, Rain Man, Born on the 4th of July. He didn't just play roles, he lived them. Every character was a piece of his own journey. When he played a struggling veteran, you could feel his own fight to be seen and heard. When he ran through explosions and jumped from buildings, that was real. Not just because Tom Cruise does his own stunts, but because he spent his whole life jumping over obstacles no one thought he could survive. Fame grew, so did pressure. His personal life, always under the microscope. Marriages came and went. Rumors swirled. Controversies rose. But Tom never lost sight of his mission: to create, to push, to prove that no matter how broken your beginning is, your ending can still be legendary. Most actors slow down with age. Not Tom. In fact, he got faster. Mission Impossible became more than a film. It became a metaphor for his life. A man who keeps defying gravity, expectations, and time itself. But here's the part no one talks about. Despite all his success, Tom Cruise never forgot that scared little boy who couldn't read. He used his platform to talk about learning disabilities. He funded education programs. He helped others find their own strength, even when they were told they had none. That's what makes his story life-changing, because it's not just about being famous. It's about being fearless, not in front of a camera, but in front of life itself. Tom Cruise didn't become a star because he was lucky. He became a star because he refused to quit, because he fought silently even when no one was watching. And maybe that's the lesson. Behind every perfect life you see, there's a chapter nobody talks about. And sometimes that hidden chapter is where the real hero is born.